Welcome back to another Pokemon Sleeper Sunday, where once a month we go through some Pokemon cards and sealed Pokemon products that I think are being slept on. And we are going to do a little giveaway today. We're giving away a Gardevoir Trainer Gallery, a Galay Trainer Gallery, and a couple Scarlet and Violet era promos. So all you have to do is make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, leave a like, and then I want you to comment your favorite Pokemon video game of all time and why. And I have to announce the winner from last Sunday's giveaway, and the winner is at the American. So just hit me up and I'll get that graded card sent out to you. And we do have to get thanks to our video sponsor real quick, and that is PokeNotify. If you guys are sick and tired of missing out on all these drops and pre-orders, and maybe you've already signed up to all the store alerts and all the free Discords and still haven't been able to get anything, definitely give PokeNotify a try. Yeah, I always see people getting boxes from there. And then too, if you just follow them on Instagram, their alerts and stuff are some of the fastest. They even have a 3-day free trial. And then if you use the code PokeBeard25 at checkout, you will receive 25% off your first month. So definitely check them out. All the links are in the description. But all right, let's get started. We got the Roaring Moon EX from Paradox Rift. The year high was $63 and the year low was $38 in January. Now last sold $39, $39, $38, $42. So it's pretty much at its 1 year low. So you have to be extra careful when the market is like this, because you could buy a card today and in a month from now it's half the price. So what I like to do is find the cards that are either at their all-time lowest or, have matched their bottom in the last year. That's your safest bet. Otherwise, you just can't buy any cards, and that's just no fun. I mean, we want to enjoy the Pokemon hobby. We can't just sit there and wait for everything. So, the Roaring Moon, pretty much at its 1 year low, $38. It could get a little bit cheaper. Maybe wait for it to level out a little bit. That's what I like to do. So maybe this gets to $36 or something like that. But I can't see it getting much cheaper than like $30 ever. It's a beautiful card. I mean, Roaring Moon is pretty sweet. I think it's definitely one of the better designs we've gotten for these newer Pokemon. Next, we got the Hydreigon EX. So again, this is its all-time low because it's still a relatively new card. So last sold is 42 for lightly played, otherwise 53, 54, 53, 45, 45. Definitely do not pay 50s for this card, 40s or less. And I could see it maybe getting a hair cheaper, $45, to $40. But again, a really cool card. I know some people don't like the crown, but in person, this card pops. Same with the Alolan Executor EX. It's at its all-time low at $34. Was at $100 once. Now last sold $35, $32, $33, $34, $34. I could see this card being a $30 card, maybe a $25 card. Next, we have the Alakazam EX from 151. It's got up to $57. Its year low is $32, $31. Now last sold $34, $34, $39, $34. So getting super close. All right, next, we have the Koraidon promo. This is just from the regular ETB. It's, oldest set in the Scarlet and Violet era. It got all the way up to $4.73. You guys know I love to stock up on these promos. The year low is $1.12, so I'm not going to buy these yet unless I find a super good bundle deal. But last sold is $2.63, $2.49, $2.85, $1.99. So it's getting super close. Anytime I can get a card like this for $1 or $2, and you never know, they might not reprint these ETBs to where, people are not going to be tearing them open. Even though Scarlet and Violet base set, not a ton of people are itching to rip that open, but super solid promos. Next, we have the Miraidon from the other ETB. The 1 year high was $5.60, and again, it was a $1.30 card. Now last sold $4.50, $3.49, $6.42, $3, So I'm definitely going to wait a little bit more on that. I would stock up on Miraidon at $2 a card. And then two, always look for clean copies of any of these Scarlet and Violet era promos because they're actually pretty tough to grade. Next, we have the Mimikyu. You got to think how expensive that Paldean Fates ETB is. Now, of course, if we get a big reprint or something, which, we have no idea if we're gonna, it could definitely affect this card a little bit. This was a 50-cent card before. I have a good amount of these, but I'd like a few more. Got all the way up to $5.60. Now last sold $2.99, $5.26, 10 of them at $3.99, 3 of them at $2.99. I don't think I'd really pay much more than like $2 a card if I wanted any more of these. Next, we have the Magneton, which I do feel like will drop even more. Surging Sparks is still pretty new. Last sold for this is $3, $2.99, $3.91, $3. Now, this is the same artist who did the Giratina and the Magikarp. Got all the way up to $10.98. The 1 year low was $2. But yeah, I like the promos. You just got to wait a while. I mean, like my Sun and Moon X and Y promos are just going crazy right now. Next, we have the Team Rocket's Wobbuffet. This is just a regular one. I really like the art. I was looking at this card the other day in person. It's not, my favorite Pokemon, but I mean, having 3 solid Pokemon in there like that, the art's pretty solid. It's going down in price. Still a brand new card, obviously. Last sold $3, $3.75, $3.53, $3.50. But I hope it gets down to like $1 or something. I'm definitely getting a bunch of those. Next, checking out some Pokemon Center stamp promos. Now the Petrant, this is the cheapest one. I don't have any of these yet, but I'll probably get a couple. I think they'll even go down in price a little more. Got up to $32 though. Last sold $13.50, $11, $14.95, $13.70. I just added these two because they're the 2 cheapest. Next we have the Teal Mask Pokemon Center stamp promo. But I just added the Petrant and the Teal Mask Ogerpon because they're the 2 cheapest. So this card got up to $38. Now last sold $19, $19, $17, $17. We got a $12 sale down there. But honestly, anything $10 or less for Pokemon Center stamp promos, I'm going to start buying them, especially if they're clean. I cannot stress that enough. If you can find some clean Pokemon Center stamp promos, I mean, that's going to be awesome. The 1-year low for Ogerpon was $11.79. And the 1-year low for Petrant was $11.90. So yeah, like I said, $10 around there, I'd be happy. Next, we have the Mimikyu. Now this got up to $58. Now last sold $28, $28, $31, $33. The 1-year low is $4. Now I actually have the most of these Mimikyus for Pokemon Center stamp promos. It was really the only card that I was able to like get a decent amount of them before it went crazy. But I think I paid like $6, $7 a card and I got a pretty good little lot. I want to say I have like maybe 10 of them or something like that. I don't really remember. But yeah, $29 now. I don't think I would really pay, much over $20. I feel like $15 for this card would be pretty solid. Next, we have the Eevee Pokemon Center stamp promo. This got all the way up to $152. Now last sold $60, $54, $56, $59. That is just absolutely crazy. And the Eevee regular promo is another promo I would love to get, but we're definitely going to get more Prismatic Evolutions ETB, so that promo should come down in price, but it's still kind of expensive, so definitely going to be watching that one too. So yeah, $55 is the all-time low for this card. I could maybe see it getting down to $35, $40. I can't really see it getting much cheaper than that, maybe $25. Next, we have the Pikachu Pokemon Center stamp promo from Paldea Evolved. Got up to $117. Now last sold $60, $70, $64, $69, $86. I mean, $50 I feel like would be a solid pickup for this card. Could get a little cheaper, but next we have the Charmander Pokemon Center stamp promo. This got up to $173. The year low is $35. Now last sold $91, $92, $92. Now, do I think it could get back to its 1-year low? I don't know if it can get quite that low. $33 is pretty low, but I feel like it could maybe get super close, especially if the market really cools off. Like, the market's still super crazy and a lot of these cards are coming down in price. Like, if you guys have not been here long, the market can really, really cool off. Now, do I think it will get to its 1-year low? I don't know if it'll get quite that low, but you never really know. If the market like truly cools off, like really, really cools off, like what we had in the beginning of the Scarlet and Violet era, and, before the Sword and Shield era, and, before the X and Y evolution era, where it's like actually cold, these cards could get pretty cheap. But again, if these cards are super clean and you are pretty sure they're going to get a PSA 10, that's when I don't really care too much about the price, especially with these cards with low pops and are super tough to grade. That's when I will overpay for a card. But that's like the only time. Next, we have the Snorlax, the most expensive Pokemon Center stamp promo. Got up to $199. Now that sold $140, $129, $148. And the 1-year low is $47. That is just crazy. All right, next we have the full art Zekrom from the set Black and White. Now I really feel like these are our last chances to get these cards at a solid price, because I mean, look at what's listed on TCG Player now. $290, $296, $295. But the graph, it says 112. Last sold $280, $86, $299, $165, $175, $160, $149. So prices are all over the place. So if you can find this card clean right now for a decent deal, I would probably get it, before it's too late. And the pops on these things are super low. Next, same thing with the gold Zekrom. I mean, look at that. It says $498. I literally just bought one of these gold cards like a month ago in one of my vending videos for $80 in super clean near mint condition. So, like I said, it was like a $90 card. The two that are listed on TCG Player are $498. And now last sold $150 with a picture, $135, $169, $110, $109, $160, $149. And next we have the white Reshiram full art. Same thing for all these cards. Last sold $185, $112, $120, $118, $195. This one's a little more, evenly priced. We got stuff for $150, $180, $184. But again, you got to see these cards in person. You need pictures of these cards. And then we have the gold Reshiram also, where it says near mint $500 on TCG Player with the cheapest one listed at $350, and last sold $285, $296, $220, $199, and $172. Yeah, I'll try to find that clip of me buying this card. I think I did make it into a short or a reel. I can't really remember, but yeah, it was $80. And then I feel safer buying these cards, even though, they've gone up in price so much, because they're so tough to find in really clean condition. It's not like they're super common cards and you're still opening up Legendary Treasures. Legendary Treasures is so expensive. And then we're getting to sealed. We have the Greninja V Union box. So there's a Mewtwo V Union box, which is over $100 now, no problem. But last sold for the Greninja, $84, $105, $120, $80, $61, $77. So if you can find this box for, $70, $80, there's Evolving Skies in there. There's Chilling Rain. Does show a Vivid Voltage, but still Evolving Skies in that box is cool. And I think the box itself is awesome. There's texture on all the corners. Awesome Greninja card to display. And then we just got word that we're getting another Greninja set. So, Greninja is going to keep getting popular. Like that box. Next, we have the Evolving Skies ETB. I really feel like these should be, $400, maybe even $500 ETBs. That's all $329, $300, $303, $300, $300, $297. And there's two different versions if you guys did not know. The other one has the other evolutions. Next, we have the Celebrations Pokemon Center ETB. I feel like this would be the last time I would buy this ETB. Last sold $150, $224, $210, $213, $210. Someone offered me like 10 of them at like $165 the other day, but I got to see pictures and stuff before I even think about it. And the lowest listed on TCG Player now is $200. But we have the 30th anniversary, and so far, every time we've had an anniversary set, the anniversary set before really pops off. And, Celebrations is getting pretty old. Plus, this is one of the only ETBs, I think the only ETB ever that has multiple sets in it. You're getting 13 Celebration packs, and then you're getting 6 additional, regular packs. And last on the list, the Silver Tempest Booster Box from Sword and Shield. Now, I know these prices seem kind of crazy, but sometimes you got to take risks like this. This is an out-of-print set. We're not going to get any more Silver Tempest Booster Boxes. Last sold for this box is $350, $349, $335, $325, especially if you can buy this box in person and it's super minty. I feel like people don't really talk about that very often, but if you can see a booster box in person and it is super clean, tight, nice sides, that to me is worth it. Even if I'm not shopping for a specific booster box and I see one and it's super minty, I'm super tempted to buy it because the minty ones sell so quick. And the ones with the loose wrapping, they take a little bit longer for sure. And then if there's a tear, it's sitting there for a while unless you really discount it. But this is legit like the cheapest Sword and Shield booster box right now besides, Battle Styles and Vivid Voltage. And I honestly believe it's much better than Astral Radiance. I feel like they probably printed more Silver Tempest because it was just a little bit more popular of a set. But still, it's a very, very solid booster box. And, people were saying I was crazy for buying Sun and Moon boxes between $300 to $600 and stuff too. But, those are all $1,500 booster boxes now. So I just feel like it's much safer to get stuff that's out of print than buying, a $250 Destined Rivals booster box that just came out when you can get a Silver Tempest booster box that is out of print for $100 more. But all right, that was today's Pokemon Sleeper Sunday. Make sure you guys comment down below your guys' favorite video game to be entered into this giveaway. I love reading about, why people love certain games. They just get so passionate about it. And then two, if you guys want to support more, check out my Instagram, my TikTok, or my YouTube membership. It's only 99 cents a month. And then I also got to mention, I am going to Card Party in a couple weeks here in Tampa Bay, Florida. Please let me know down below if you guys are also coming to Card Party. I have some pretty cool videos planned. I think I'm going to do at least one standalone video, and then I have a really cool video idea for like the Market Monday after Card Party, which I'll be filming at Card Party. So I think it's going to be super, super fun. But yeah, if you guys are coming, let me know, and we could definitely meet up and go shop for some cards together. But all right, I want you guys to have an awesome day. And then if you guys want to watch my last Pokemon Flowing Friday, which was a super good one, click this video here. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.